Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Here's a headline from Coin Edition. Breaking. SEC cancels Ripple meeting. Settlement talks stalled. Now, this topic is being currently widely discussed on social media within the XRP community. The problem is that headline literally is not true. And so it's moments like these where I'm extra appreciative that I do have this platform that I have here all up on the YouTube so that I can set the record straight. Because this is nonsense and this headline, frankly, should not exist. There's also this headline from the Crypto Basic. Ripple CEO on Bloomberg says settlement with SEC is close as XRP is not a security. My friends, this is yet another instance of a false headline that literally is not true. And so now I have to clean up another man's trash. This is trash. I have to clean up another man's trash. It's not like a glorious job, but I'm gonna do it. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So check this out. Let's just read the first sentence or two here. In a surprise move, the US SEC has canceled its closed-door meeting originally scheduled for today, July 18th, which was anticipated to potentially discuss the ongoing Ripple lawsuit. The agency updated this cancellation notice via its website on Wednesday, July 17th. So why is that even being reported like that? Well, I have an answer for you. I actually talked about this in a video fairly recently. There is this post from XRP community member Yasin Mubarak. This is from July 15th, and he shared this screen grab, and he wrote the following. Okay, folks, time for some speculation fun based on known facts. This Thursday, July 18th, the SEC is having a closed-door meeting to discuss the items underlined below. Dare I say Ripple settlement? Probably not, but speculating is fun. And so here you can see Sunshine Act notice. This is the official SEC website. And what's to be discussed? And they got bullet points here. This one's underlined. Institution and settlement of injunctive actions. And here's another one, resolution of litigation claims. So this was put out there, and it was then crypto media picked it up, and then people are sharing stories all over the place. I mean, frankly, this post didn't get a ton of views, although it was referenced in more than one crypto media outlet article, 6,388 views. But the content of this was seen much more widely than that. Most certainly, way more widely. So this is where it has come from. And nothing against him if he's just wondering or this or that. Okay, that's perfectly fine. But is that what's happening? Should we be thinking that that meeting before it was canceled, was it about that? Well, here's a post from my fellow XRP YouTuber Alex Cobb on the matter. He said, someone sent me this DM, could be bullish. And the DM, direct message, read as follows. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission canceled a much-anticipated closed-door meeting originally scheduled for today, July 18th, which was anticipated to potentially discuss the ongoing Ripple lawsuit. The exact reason for the cancellation was not specified by the SEC. And so when they say that it was anticipated that the Ripple lawsuit was going to be discussed, the only reason it's being worded like that is because the community started talking like that and speculating about that based literally on nothing. Just to be super duper crystal clear, I'm sorry to crap on anybody's parade. It probably ruined your day, right? Well, and nothing against Alex Cobb, by the way. I'm a fan of Alex Cobb. He's been around forever. He's certainly a fixture in the XRP community. He was here before me, and I feel like I've been here for a hot minute. I mean, I've been here since 2017, and he's talked about when he jumped in. I don't know if I remember for sure. I want to say it could have been 2016 even for my, I'm not 100% sure, maybe it was early 2017, but I remember even before I launched my YouTube channel, I was listening to him tell a story, he's been around this long, where like he saw XRP, I can't remember all the details, but he was talking about how he had an opportunity to buy XRP, whether it was real low, like half a penny or a penny, and he didn't really think much of anything of it, and then it started running, and then he did more research and got into it, and ended up launching his own YouTube channel. But suffice it to say, he's been here for a hot minute. And so just be clear, just because I'm talking about this and critiquing, nothing against him whatsoever. I just think it's good to spread accurate information here. I don't pretend to know everything myself, and so if I have a question and somebody else has an answer, I appreciate it if they answer if I don't know it. So that's in line with what I'm doing here is all. But the good news is, a former SEC attorney, Mark Fagel, he responded to this and he set the record straight. He said, in response to that post from Alex Cobb, the following: "It's a regular meeting that had nothing to do with Ripple. Its cancellation had nothing to do with Ripple. And even if there were a settlement, there is not, it would probably not be discussed at one of these meetings. Speaking as someone who has attended hundreds of them." And so, folks, this is a standard thing. They're just about every single week. And that's why when you look at that screen grab, again, from Yasin Mubarak, there's nothing Ripple specific in this. It just happens. And these are the types of things the types of things that they'll talk about would be, settlement potentially. That's why it's listed. It's nothing Ripple per se. So just because people want to see a settlement with Ripple, they're like laser imprinting that on this, like just because that's what they would like it to be. Don't connect those dots. That's all I'm saying. Don't connect them. They do not fit. These puzzle pieces do not fit. Somebody wrote to Attorney Fagel and said, so then when is the next hearing scheduled? Or does no one know? And Attorney Fagel wrote back and said, "What hearing? If you mean closed SEC meeting, these are held nearly every Thursday. The agenda is not public, and there is zero reason to assume that an imaginary Ripple settlement is on the agenda. Remedies are fully briefed and final judgment from the court is forthcoming." Right, so there's no reason to think that this has anything to do with Ripple. And this is circulating widely within the community. I'm just trying to set the record straight here while providing some additional information so you know what's going on. Somebody else named Renegade Scrum Master wrote to him and said, "What do these meetings actually discuss? Never attended one, never heard about them prior to this case, LOL." And Attorney Fagel said, "Closed meetings are where the Enforcement Division present their enforcement recommendations, i.e. to file a lawsuit and or settle a lawsuit, to the 5 commissioners for approval. They are held nearly every week. They are closed to the public, and the agenda is not made public." And then there was this question from Arnie Salema wrote, "It doesn't mean you know 100% of the reason of this meeting. You weren't there. You are retired, so can't say that your comment is comment a base on facts." It's kind of a broken sentence, but you got the cut of his jib. He's saying, "You're retired, how do you know what's going on?" And Attorney Fagel said, "I'm not privy to the agenda, but as someone familiar with SEC litigation, and presumably the only person here with firsthand knowledge of SEC process and who has attended these meetings, I can say with some confidence that a purported Ripple settlement was not on the agenda." And folks, as much as a lot of people would love for that to be the case, Attorney Fagel undoubtedly is indeed correct here. This wouldn't even be the place for, Ripple's not even in this. It's not what this is. This isn't like a Ripple SEC meet. That's not even what this is. Which is another reason this headline is so freaking stupid. SEC cancels Ripple meeting? No, they did not, because it was never a thing. It is never a thing. Somebody else named S. Brownset wrote to Attorney Fagel and said, "Why would Ripple settle so close to the judge's decision coming out? Seems like a waste of time unless SEC wants to blackmail Ripple, i.e. future IPO." And Attorney Fagel wrote, "Neither party has shown any inclination to settle, and it would make no sense to do it now. And if they did, we wouldn't know about it because the SEC has scheduled the same weekly meeting it schedules every week." Right, and so in the off chance it was actually going to be discussed, just the SEC amongst themselves talking about the Ripple lawsuit, there's no way we'd know, and there's no reason to think that this meeting would be the one where that would happen. It doesn't make logical sense, because the meeting's basically every damn week. It doesn't make sense to assume that, is what I'm saying. So if out of the blue it actually happens, cool. What I'm saying is, it doesn't make logical sense to think that this is an indication of that. That's all I'm saying. And then this headline, which also literally isn't true, which really burns my biscuit, son. Ripple CEO on Bloomberg says settlement with SEC is close, as XRP is not a security. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse expresses optimism about reaching a final resolution soon in the lawsuit against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The Ripple exec asserted during a recent Bloomberg Markets The Close interview. While Garlinghouse is optimistic about an imminent resolution, he acknowledged the uncertainty in predicting the timing of the highly anticipated final judgment. Quote, "We expect resolution very soon, but we can't predict exactly when the judge will rule," end quote. Yeah, but in that clip, you know what, because he was asked by the host, so what about settlement, effectively? You talking to the SEC about settlement? You know what Brad Garlinghouse said? He said, "I can't comment on that." What does the headline say, though? Ripple CEO on Bloomberg says settlement with SEC is close. He literally said, "I can't comment on that." What are you doing? Freaking crypto media, a bunch of C students running a publication all up on the webernets. Stop it. Stop it with that jibber jabber and hoo-ha. Got no time for that. And so I wanted to correct that too. But yes, what he said, yes, we're near the end of this. We're not going to have to wait much longer. That part's cool. XRP is legal clarity. The rest of that jazz is good, but I had to at least mention this because the headline is not grounded in reality and it does not make sense. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.